Zoners, a class type in fighting games that makes most of us want to put the controller down, take a break, and reconsider our life choices. Now, if you've watched my other videos, you might be able to tell that I'm more of a grappler or bruiser player. I like getting into people's faces and putting them under immense pressure with my buttons. But with such a small roster in 2XKO, I don't have many options. We all know of my distaste of Teemo, and Riot decided 2XKO needed another one, Caitlyn. So the question became simple. Can someone who hates zoning actually learn to win with it? But before we jump into the video, don't forget to subscribe, lightly caress the like button, and comment if you like this kind of content. I immediately jumped into some combo trials to see how this character even works, and if I'm honest, it was a pretty rocky start. The game was feeling a lot more clunky than before, and I hadn't been playing 2XKO for the last couple of weeks due to working on some other videos. But after grinding through a few trials, I figured there was only one real way to learn. Queue up. And as if hand-selected by Riot themselves, my very first match was Caitlyn and Teemo, because of course it was. Now, before even going into the match, I knew this was going to be a bullet hell game disguised vaguely as a fighter. It was obvious right away neither of us actually knew how to play Caitlyn. We were both just mashing, praying, and occasionally hitting something by complete accident. So yeah, I took game one pretty clean, but on the run back, they started to play exactly how you would expect a Caitlyn Teemo team would play. Throwing endless shrooms, using special one on Caitlyn, and just trying to keep me at bay. But even with all of that, I was able to clutch it out, and then I went on a crazy run. For a moment, I started to believe it, that maybe, just maybe, Caitlyn could be a solid pick on days I wanted to switch things up. And that's when the game reminded me it was never going to be easy. I started getting destroyed left and right, so I decided to go back into the combo trials and see if I could go even further than before, hoping that maybe it would help me understand the character a tiny bit more than I currently do. And when I say these combo trials are hard, it's almost an understatement. After finally getting through Expert 2, which took way longer than it actually should have, I hit the final trial, which for some reason only Riot understands is notated completely wrong. I'm sure it'll get fixed, but in the moment it felt like the game was actively working against me. After trying it for a while and after about 50 attempts, I tapped out, because I realized I just wasn't learning anything new. So I jumped back into the matches to see if any of that training actually helped. Long story short, it didn't. I am not a zoner player. It just doesn't work with the way I like to play games. And honestly, when I first saw the Caitlyn trailer at the Game Awards, I let out an audible no! Because much like many of you, I was hoping for Riven, Lee Sin, hell, even Zed. And I know these characters are planned out well in advance, and between the success of Arcane and Caitlyn being one of the most played characters in League, it makes total sense. But I can't say I'm thrilled. Releasing more zoners in a time where new players from console are joining all of us just didn't seem like a great move on encouraging players to sink their teeth into the game. So for me, I probably won't be maining Caitlyn, but I think we all knew that was going to be the case anyway. But you know what they say, if you can't join them, try to beat them.
You feel alive, let's hit the dance floor. Don't work too hard, might break a backbone. Return of the Mac, the king is back though. Corvette and cash, I never like those. She saw the stone, you know how that go. Fatality, my diamonds that cold. Versace trunks, I hit my backstroke. Knock on the door, she at the back, bro. I I really take is a little taste. Island girl, blue eyes with a little bass. Here for the thrill, I don't need a chaser. Wanna vibe it to get away. Shimmy, shimmy, yeah, I got the semi-fold weight. Don't step out the line like this a probate. You hit the line and try to locate. This for the time, got time for no day.
I was starting to get comfortable with the game again, shaking off the rust and finally having a good time using my OG team. It was like the game was new for me again. I was laughing when messing up, and when I didn't, I was feeling like the best player in the world. In one of my matches, I started getting super comfortable. I had my tag launch combos down, and this guy wasn't a slouch by any means. He was parrying my grabs from Blitz and had great combos of his own. But at one point in our match, I conditioned him to do a get-up attack after almost every knockdown, and perfectly spaced my approach to get an easy grab for the win. The game was starting to make sense again. Without having to play a game I wasn't used to, I was remembering even why I wanted to make videos on 2xKO in the first place. But just like before, at the apex of my fun playing, my lobby changed, and with it, a new group of players that I was not prepared for. I didn't pick up on it immediately, but after 3 or 4 games of getting absolutely dumpstered, I had to investigate who I was playing against. And to my very little surprise, I was up against some heavy hitters. Masters, Grandmasters, and even a Challenger player. I'm under no illusion that I'm amazing. Emerald is solid, maybe better than average. But compared to these players, I was a training dummy. Someone they practice combos on while waiting for a real match. And yeah, I wasn't having fun. I'd be lying if I said I was enjoying myself. Game after game, I couldn't escape the wrath of players much better than me. I was starting to wonder why I was even in these lobbies. Did Riot actually think I was this good, or is it just a massive mistake that after dozens of losses would hopefully correct itself? So I did the one thing that makes every game more fun to play. Adding in some friends. Just like my first video, I hit up my buddy Trandon to see if I could shake off the dread of playing versus these god tier players. So we queued up with our classic Ari Darius duo and did what we do best.
You can have whatever you like.
Nope.
Absolutely sabotage each other when we try to combo. We did this so many times that it started to be a fun little mini game for each other. But it was so much fun goofing around and playing the game for what it is. Not the endless grind of improvement or chasing cleaner and cleaner combos, it was just fun. But it didn't stop us from having a little bit of stuff.
You can have whatever you like. When the beat goes off, we bang to the. You can have whatever you like.
Whatever you like. You can have whatever you like. Whatever you
Make me lose it. You make me lose it. You make me lose it. You make me lose it. You can have whatever you like.
After around an hour of playing and mostly winning, Trandon decided to call it quits for the night. But I wasn't quite satisfied with being done just yet. I queued up against a Juggernaut Vi, and in the first game, she got the best of me. I kept getting way overzealous and getting caught by her ults. But in the next game of the match, I came back swinging. There was no way I was going to lose my first game on ranked. Everything was going well. I hadn't lost a single match until I ran into an Echo Warwick player. And even then, I had him in the first match. But on the run back, he showed me just how volatile Echo and Warwick could be. The immense pressure from Echo's Time Winders, even after the nerfs, felt suffocating for my team. But taking the loss in stride, I queued up for my final placement match. Warwick Alawi. A team that usually makes me sweat the moment I see the loading screen. But this time it felt different. I slowed things down, played patient, and used everything I'd learned so far instead of forcing it. No panic buttons, no desperation plays. And somehow, it worked. I pulled out the win. That made it 4 wins out of 5 for my placements. I was already bracing for silver, maybe low gold if the game was feeling really generous. And then the rank popped. Platinum. Knowing from here that I could definitely reach Emerald again, I was content. I may have not gained a brand new main with the release of Caitlyn, but I did gain more perspective. That just because something is new and exciting doesn't always mean it's going to be the thing that fits for you. Sometimes sticking with your characters when everyone else is swapping can pay off. So here's to hoping I can deliver more robo hugs and making people headless. But I do think it might be time to try something a little different. Because if 2xKO isn't a real fighting game like some of you say, let's see how this compares.